A new season at Dade City Motocross will bring out some of the fastest names in the Southeast, all of them gunning for the reigning champ Michael Picone. Unfortunately, the weather would not hold off for the opening round and would play in favor to those who are strong riders in the mud. Every year, the Dade City Motocross Points Championship Series begins an arduous journey that will take them through 21 races spanning 10 months. The new season brings new opportunities to the teams and riders who are competing in the Sponsors Cup Series. The reward from last year's battles are written all over the front of Mike Picone's Honda. Despite his fair share of ups and downs, Picone fought through all 21 races to take the title in 2010. This year, Picone faces his toughest competition, with a growing number of top-level racers including past champions and the next crop of young, aggressive prospects with something to prove. Picone is added to the list of elite past champions in the 32-year history of Dade City Motocross. Located about 25 miles north of Tampa, the city has strong ties to its humble beginnings and stays true to the slower pace of the country lifestyle. The track has brought worldwide recognition to the city, with over 30 years of racing history that has played host to some of the most famous names in motocross.
Well, through the history of Dade City, from being there for so long, we've had a lot of really good riders come through our program, with Ricky Carmichael starting there and James Stewart both, and to watch those guys mature and become the greatest riders in the world. And both of them not only rode there, but they won championships there. Actually started the racetrack in 1979. I don't know, I got a chance the opportunity to help some people with some races, and that kind of led into the opportunity to have Dade City. But Dade City being one of the first outlaw tracks, we called outlaw track because we weren't an AMA sanction. And the tracks were so mellow because we didn't have equipment to work on it. We got a local farmer to bring his tractor down and grade the racetrack for us for the first 6 months, I think we were there before we could finally afford a tractor. And I think we started our first race with about 40 riders, and finally eventually we got to where we had 100 riders, and that was like a big goal that we had. And it probably took us I don't know, a year and a half to get to that. So it's come a long way since 1979. I think what sets Dade City a little bit different than most tracks is we're actually only open for racing. We actually practice on the Thursday night before, give the riders a chance to look at the racetrack that they're going to be racing that Saturday night. The Sponsor Cup idea started about 4 years ago when we got with the local dealers and come up with this team idea to get the local dealers back involved. And I think that was one of the keys when I was racing is all the shop owners pretty much had kids racing. That's why they got into the dealerships. First year we had a pretty decent purse, and every year it's kind of growed, and then major sponsors come into the program, which has made it what it is today. To where the purses are up there to attract national caliber riders, and that's what is happening right now. We're getting guys that are on the circuit when they're not on the road. They're coming to Dade City to race Sponsor Cup, and a lot of the retired guys off the circuit that can no longer do that are racing there, and it gives these young kids an opportunity to race at a top level where you got to qualify, you got to be perfect to get into these races. So when they go to a Supercross or Outdoor National, they're a lot more prepared. And with the interviews we do, all the stuff, the podiums, it really does prepare them when they get to the first level of their professional career.
One of the riders looking to take the next step into the professional realm is the reigning champ Mike Picone. Picone will be fighting to defend his Sponsors Cup title, as well as traveling the country to race the East Coast Supercross Series. With help from his sponsors, Extreme Power Sports and BPM Racing Engines, he'll follow his dreams into the professional level. Being successful in this sport has a lot to do with who you surround yourself with. Having strong support from local businesses is what the series is all about.
I'm Hans Glocks, President and CEO of Extreme Power Sports, Tampa, Florida. Been in business 13 years now. Started originally with Sea-Doo franchise. Then about 5 years after that, added Honda. And then just recently added Polaris. Been an enthusiast my whole life, raced professional watercraft back when I was in my teens. I've always been heavily involved with dirt and as a sport, but never really dove in 100% into Dade City. Last year it came together kind of quick at the last moment because we didn't know if we were going to be involved with the Sponsors Cup deal. Turned out to be a great season, and this year we got a little bit more prepared. Mike's doing a lot of stuff with the East Coast Supercross and Dade City, so it's going to be a more fast-paced season, but hopefully we can do another trip to the #1 plate at Dade City, and he has great success in East Coast also. George gave me a call and said, hey, do you want to get involved with the Sponsors Cup activity at Dade City? And he said, I want you to come out and see this kid ride.
He approached me and said, hey, I'd like to run that Sponsor Cup. And I was like, talking with Randy, I said, I need to get involved with the Sponsor Cup.
So me, George, and Mike met up at a facility up in Bushnell, and I saw Mike ride, and I really liked what I saw. The kid was fast, and besides being fast, I wanted to meet a kid that had personality, had respect, wasn't a party, or had the whole package,
Well, Mike and I have been together for the amateur career for about 4 or 5 years. We had great success with, at Loretta Lynn's and going to the amateur nationals.
So we got together, and it was quick. It was we only put this thing together like 2 weeks before Sponsors Cup started.
It's like, yeah, let's try this thing. And then, of course, the success that we had in the beginning of last year was that was the catalyst to the rest of the year. This was fun. We showed up, we qualify on pole, get the hole shots and win, and that's fun.
The bike's all new. Honda had said that the 11 was identical. It's far from identical, so George is pulling his hair out a lot trying to get this thing ready.
Well, this year, it kind of snuck up on me. We didn't get the bike for the Sponsor Cup till last week. I hate to admit it, but we're kind of last minute for the Sponsor Cup. I'm looking forward to this year. I really am. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're fired up for another season. We're ready. I can't wait for this weekend to see how Mike's going to do. I haven't actually seen Mike ride the last month or so because he's been training up in Alabama at a facility up there that's a private facility with a couple AMA Supercross riders. So he says he's trimmed down, ready to go, and I'm psyched to see him, see how he's going to ride this weekend, and we're going to win. I want to win. I go there every weekend thinking we're going to win and prepared to win and believing we can win. I believe we got the best motor, the best bike, and the best rider.
Tyler Livesey is no stranger to the Sponsors Cup Series. The 2008 champion has finished in the top 3 the last 4 years. Tyler finished second last year in the series to Michael Picone and has spent the offseason at his home in Haines City, Florida.
Trying to get back into riding, got a couple guys out helping, testing today. The week before the race, doing some last minute testing on the race bike, and it's all coming together, and hopefully we can take Picone off this pedestal. I got hurt 2 days before Christmas. Banged up my ankles, had to take a month off. So this is maybe my 5th time back on the bike today. So I would say I'm coming in a little under the radar, a little less prepared than what I want to be, but I'm not really too awful worried about it. I think I'm going to be just fine. I'm not out of shape. I didn't forget how to ride, so we're going to be good. biggest thing right now is get the bike right. Got a bunch of guys helping me out with KMS. They're trying to put a good program together. Real Motocross helped me out with the bike, and you know, just a bunch of guys putting a team together, and it's definitely going to be different than it was last year when I came in. A little more prepared, a little more organized, and that was my goal, was to bring the whole package together, and it's definitely going to be good. The last 2 years has been the first round. I didn't even race in 2009, and in 2010, the first round, I crashed out. So my goal is to make it through safe and on the box, and stay consistent through a year, because I want to win a championship for my sponsors, and I'm not happy with second. So consistency is the key, and you got these young guys that are going to be going for it, and I guess I'm known as a veteran now, and I think I'm going to pull a Kevin Windham on their ass.
Coming up, the riders take to the track for the first qualifying session of the new year. Some riders pick up where they left off in 2010, while others fall short. The first round of the series is one of the most anticipated of the entire season. For many riders, it's the first time they will compete on a new team, many times on a completely new brand of bike. For the Vortex Barney's Yamaha team, both Wilfredo Guzman and Kyle Keelan will be riding Yamahas for the first time this season. Tyler Livesey has re-signed with Kissimmee Motorsports Kawasaki and picked up a new sponsor with RealMotocross.com. Picone will continue with BPM Racing Engines and Extreme Honda, this time with the #1 plate. Qualifying is the first time riders will run head-to-head. A timing transponder located on each bike sends lap times to a computer in the tower. The fastest lap running first gate pick for Moto 1.
I got some times down here. Right now, Mike Picone, 48.4, the time to beat. As Tyler Livesey was running second, but Corey Keelan, that lap right there, just passed him with a 49.0.
Corey Keelan down the racetrack right now. He's going to have to get back up and get going, as these are very important laps.
Like Kyle Keelan down, so it's going to cost his lap time as he picks it back up. Like I said, these young guys, Corey Keelan, Wilfredo Guzman, they're going to be tough to deal with, as these guys are young and hungry and on the gas.
Wilfredo, that lap moves up into third. Wilfredo Guzman on the new Varney's Yamaha Vortex machine goes up into third.
Picone picked up where he left off from last year. The fast qualifying time provides Mike with the first starting gate pick for Moto 1, and hopefully a good start. After the break, the rain sets in as the riders prepare for the first moto of the RealMotocross.com Sponsors Cup season. As darkness fell over Dade City, the clouds began building. In no time, the rain began and slowly started soaking the track. The track crew worked to relieve any standing water and groomed it back into shape for the start of the night's racing. Unfortunately, the rain continued to fall into the night, and coming into Moto 1, the Sponsors Cup riders would have their work cut out for them. Motocross is a sport that takes place in all elements, rain or shine. When the track is muddy, a good start is essential. Getting a hole shot allows the rider to stay clean, as no one wants to be stuck behind the rear wheel of a 450cc engine, getting sprayed with mud.
It's Michael Picone on that #1. That's why he is a champion. But we got another Honda. Is that Ian Millett going up the inside?
Look at Ian Millett on the Australian back Honda. He is, as he hits a little kicker, but he was able to save it. That guy is on the gas.
Ian Millett, followed by Michael Picone, Tyler Livesey, Corey Keelan, Wilfredo Guzman, Kyle Keelan. That's all the big hitters right up front. Livesey trying to go to the inside of Picone. Now he's going to the outside. battles all around here. They're gonna come up side by side the middle tabletop, almost connect over there. Picone back up the inside. He's gonna take that second spot as we are a couple laps into this first moto of the RealMotocross.com Sponsors Cup. Coming up on a lap rider, he's gonna be in the main line as the 721 rider is not getting out of the way just yet. Ian Miller's gonna get around, but that's gonna slow down Picone. He's not able to jump the middle tabletop.
Man, that guy, he needs to learn to get to the side of the track, not stay in the middle of the track, stay out of the main line.
Picone now right up on his rear wheel, coming up on more lapped riders. This is about to get real interesting real quick. Now he's gonna be all over him again. Michael Picone gonna try to go up the inside of him. Ian makes a mistake going at a back straightaway.
Both of these guys are laying the hammer down. I mean, they're not wanting to give an inch. This is going to be a big confidence booster for Ian as he went out there and he showed the champion that he's got the speed to beat him.
So it looks like they're gonna have a clear track here last lap as Ian Millet is putting in one fantastic moto on that Ibeto Hutch-Dillon Honda. Absolutely perfect ride by Ian Millet. This is the way you want to start the season. Ian Millet coming around to take the first moto win on that Hutch-Dillon Fun Bike Center Honda.
Really, I gotta hand it to my sponsors. You know, they're the ones that kept on me all year, and Scott, he's been dialing in this bike, and that got me a good start and put me out front. Bobby with my Pro Action suspension, Step Up MX helping us with the graphics this year, Fun Bike Center, Vortex, my girlfriend, Ben Hush, just everybody, they stayed on me. I haven't been riding that much, and I got to hand it to those guys for putting me up here today.
Coming up, the rain will continue to hamper moto number 2, and an overall winner will be declared at round 1 of the RealMotocross.com Sponsors Cup. The rains continued to fall approaching the start of Moto 2, making the track even softer and more slippery. With over 20 riders on the gate, the start is critical. Allowing a rider to jump ahead of his competitors and into a clean view of the track could easily result in a runaway victory.
Corey Keelan.
Wow, the Keelan brothers out
1
front.
and 2. There you go. Michael Picone in third. Wilfredo Guzman fourth. Where's Ian Millet? Back in about the 6th spot. Tyler Livesey 5th.
Wow, these guys are already dirty. It's showing you just how soft it is out there. The stuff is dirty, but wow, look at Corey Keelan, man. He's actually pulling a little bit of a gap there on this first lap. He's looking solid. He's got a nice, clean track, and he's got vision.
Yeah, definitely a big mix-up from the first moto. As Keelan brothers, younger brother to Corey, lead him around. Kyle Keelan second. Michael Picone third. And then Tyler Livesey fourth. Now Picone puts some heavy pressure on Kyle Keelan for that second spot. Ian Millet still running in 6th. So Ian not having a second moto that he wanted. We got one rider down over here over the anthill. Blind coming up over that, telling him to get over to this side. Flagger doing a good job.
Looks like that's Michael Clark that's down in that back corner. Maybe he's having some problems with his arm, but his bike is still laying in the middle of the track. Hopefully these guys don't come across on it.
Ian trying to get around Wilfredo. Pull up right beside. He's going to try to jump past him. There he goes, jumping past him on the middle tabletop. As Ian definitely not giving up. I think he wants a podium position for the overall, and that'd be a great way to start off the first round of the series. Congratulations, Corey Keelan, taking a win and the overall on the Kissimmee Motorsports back Kawasaki.
The first moto had a little trouble on the start and didn't get out there like I wanted to, but the second moto I did what I had to do and got the whole shot, and the track was actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be that good, but the lines were real good and solid, and it was a little slippery in some spots, but otherwise it was really good. Randy did a great job with the track. Ian, all them guys doing the track and stuff, setting it up real nice, and just hard to pass, but it was good otherwise.
Corey Keelan, the first round overall winner. Y'all give it up for the Kissimmee Kawasaki. Corey Keelan taking the overall win here tonight.
Both moto scores were added together, and when it was all said and done at the end of the night, it was Corey Keelan on the Kissimmee Motorsports Kawasaki with the overall win. Mike Picone in second, and Ian Millett in third. The 2010 champion showed that he's fully capable of continuing the domination, landing on the podium in less than perfect conditions. As teams prepare for round 2, a younger group of up-and-coming riders will join the series. The Vortex Lights class will be making their debut, and for Devin Allbat, it will be the start of the title defense. Join us next time as we find out who has what it takes to be the next Sponsors Cup champion.